Boom. But now I did switch live, but I messed things up. Anyway, now we're actually live. My camera's catching up and all that good stuff. Welcome back to week 28 of Skulls and Shackles. We're joined by all of the people. I have some announcements, but I'll save them until after I check in with my friends. Of course, you could keep this... Fuck. Alright, let me start again. You could click the skip introduction button right there if you're looking to not listen to us talk about our lives. Alright, so let's start with Adam. How are you doing this week?
It's been a really good week. So I'm happy to be in good spirits and in good health. And the weather here has been fantastic in the Rockies. So I'm a happy guy. Thanks for asking.
Hey.
You know, someone asked me why I do introductions, and I was like, well, it turns out I actually like talking to the people I play games with.
Shocker.
So it's a nice warm-up session, you know? It's like an icebreaker, and
well,
it gets
more
people...
important, I want to hear about you guys. And, you know, it's any game Craig's in, I gotta have the car lobby, right? Everyone wants to know about these cars.
I don't know about cars, but I do like listening to Craig about cards.
Yeah, like, I gotta cater to that audience.
So my only other hobby besides RPGs is sports. So I'm not going to bore you with, you know, sporting news or anything like that, because it's just a wrong medium for it.
Yeah, I'm more of a USC kind of guy.
The
like punches and kicks.
Venn diagram overlap for sports and game geeks is like, you know.
You know,
Yeah.
people say that, but I always thought that the fantasy football stuff was way more nerdy than anyone ever gives credit for.
Oh, yeah.
They are.
Have you seen that poster where?
Me.
Have you seen that poster where? And it's a quick Google image, but it's basically like a bunch, like, you know, 12 dudes sitting around with notebooks and pencils, and it says fantasy football, D&D for jocks.
Yep. Absolutely.
I think next week I will prepare a short statement on how Twitch and football are closer alike than people think. I'll have it written so that I don't stumble through it like a jackass. Speaking of stumbling through things like a jackass, boom, nailed it. Nailed it. Excellent. Adam, anything else you want to share with us this week?
I don't know. I mean, my mind's kind of blurred because of just everything's been moving so fast, the home front. But man, 3-year-olds keep you on your feet. I'll tell you what.
All right, Dom, how are you doing this week? I haven't seen you since
Friday. Well, flu season finally slowed down, so I'm like, when I get my brother, my people's like, hey, can I get a flu shot? Hey, can you give me my Adderall? Hey, can you give me a flu shot? Hey, you got any oxycodone? No.
I don't know. I'd be okay with you handing out oxycodone to just random people.
No, they have to have a prescription.
I could
That's
totally
legal.
support that.
Yeah, man, I'm 100% behind free oxycodone.
Yeah. But unfortunately, our local, like, one doctor just hands it out like candy, and we're like, yeah.
I just want to make clear, in case anyone's listening to this and
Sarcasm.
not watching the screen, that I am currently making gestures with both my face and my hands to indicate that what I said was sarcastic.
Sarcasm.
We need a sarcasm. I keep telling folks at work we need a sarcasm font.
I started watching 2 new animes. One is One Punch Man, which I thought was going to be stupid, but ended up being good.
You sure? I mean, I looked at the premise. It does look pretty stupid.
It does, but when you actually watch it, it's like, this guy just doesn't care because he's just that awesome. He's like, one day I will find that challenge, but he just keeps KOing people with one punch. Of course, he started off crappy because he fought this crab guy in this guy's butt whip, but he's like, I must protect the people, must get stronger.
You're not selling it to me.
You have to watch
I was going to say, I didn't hear anything there that sold it. So.
Why don't you try me with the other one? What's the other one you're watching?
Young Blackjack. It's about surgery in the 1970s. Basically, you know, how they trying to figure out how to do the first heart transplant successfully.
Really?
Yeah, like the first episode, the guy he saves his kid's life, and then the parents are like, you know what? You're not really a surgeon. You're only a student, so we could report you to the cops. So here's $5,000 to pay for your worries. And he's just like, just gives it to the doctor and just walks out like, I don't do it for the money. I do it for the right thing. because apparently surgeons are the student body is on strike, so they're like shorthanded as hell. So he steps up to do the right thing, and it's like watching Prince of Tennis. It's like one of those things that's not interesting, but it became interesting.
Fucking Prince of Tennis. I haven't heard anybody reference that show in like a decade.
Well, it's weird because it's not tennis is meh. Like you have to be a fan of it, but Prince of Tennis makes it real interesting. Kind of like that board game when they like flip over a little black side, white side. That anime. He has a ghost talking to him.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a weird anime about like imagine playing chess, but you have a ghost guy that's been playing chess for millions of years, and he's like, I want to give you assistance, but I really don't want your help, dude. I want to be able to learn chess on my own. No, let me help you.
All right. We're going to move past that. Anything else, Tom?
I watched Archer with my mom all day yesterday because we shot an Archer. It was amazing. So I just grabbed some subs, grabbed some burrito nachos, and we just sat down and watched Archer for about 12 plus hours.
All right. That's legit. I'll accept that.
Danger Zone, man.
That show. Oh, man.
I love that show.
All right. Sid Alpha, I skipped over you and left you for last time, I think. So let's get you in here. So going.
Actually, you probably should have saved me for last.
Oh, really? Well, hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
All right. Well, it's been a pretty week. It's been a pretty busy week with everything going on. As some of you might know, I've been covering a lot of the news and controversies surrounding Star Citizen and all that. There was recently a big slam article come out from The Escapist.
Yeah.
That they were relating information that was relayed to them from several now ex-employees of Cloud Imperium, and it raised up pretty much just a huge dust storm, and we had people on either side of the fence just going nuts over it. So that was pretty interesting, and it followed right before CitizenCon, which was this weekend, which I watched on Twitch, and holy crap, that game looks amazing.
Which game we're talking about?
Star Citizen and Squadron 42, which is the part that I was really looking forward to, the single-player component, because they got they're doing a lot of motion capture work. They've got Gary Oldman, Mark Campbell, Jonathan Rhys Davies, Gillian Anderson. It's just, oh my god, it looked impressive. It really did. I geeked out for quite a while over that. And I've been working on quite a few videos lately. I've got reviews on like 5 games that I need to get finished and get pushed out the door, which just have not been done yet. Because damn, who has the time? So it's been a busy week, but it's been pretty good overall. And so yeah, I've just been staying busy with them YouTubes, and it's been pretty good.
If people were looking to find you on YouTube. Oh, is that your name on the overlay right there? YouTube.com/SidAlpha?
You know, it might be. And if you were able to actually find the channel on YouTube, you'd probably be able to find it at youtube.com/SidAlpha. It's PC gaming news and PC video games first impressions and general reviews, things of that nature. I'm pretty opinionated about a lot of things on my channel, so do take it with a grain of salt, but please, by all means, go and check it out.
I've been considering getting some sort of graphic that I can like throw up whenever I'm selling out, like $signs that would appear over my eyes. You know, we have that technology, right? We have those like digital masks you can put over people so they look like a cat and the cat's mouth opens when you talk. Yeah, I feel like there should be just something for my eyes that turn into $signs.
Well, good luck with that, Arthur, because the software for that is about $500 out of the gate.
Well, yeah, I think I could drop just for the $signs. Yeah, I might do it. All right, Craig. Money. Let's talk to somebody reasonable.
Craig, I have a question for you after your introduction.
Oh, all right. I'm always happy to field questions, man. So, dead lazy, useless week, didn't do crap. How's that?
Fair enough.
You know what?
You guys were talking about shows. I was sitting there yesterday. I started watching Longmire a couple weeks ago.
How is that? I threw that.
He's
on Netflix.
Fantastic.
Really?
I have just absolutely loved it. I've had a ton of fun watching it, and my wife is just sitting over there. She's working on drawing or whatever she's doing, reading something, And yesterday I was just sitting there vegging on the in the chair and watching it, and she started asking me questions. So why are these two mad at each other? And who's that girl? And what's this? And I'm like, internally I'm laughing because I know she's getting interested in the show. And we stayed up till almost 1 this morning catching up on the show. So she's totally hooked. When we went to go to bed, she's like, "You suck because you got me started on the show now."
Oh, this is a crime show.
It's a show about an old school cowboy sheriff who is in modern day Wyoming. You know, he's one of those guys that doesn't really fit in kind of in the modern world, but he's real laid back, and he's super sharp. He's really good at reading people and all that. So very enjoyable show.
Hey, it's got Katie Sackhoff and Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah, I know. That's why I signed up to watch it, because the Netflix
Dang.
tag had Katie Sackhoff, and I was like, bam, I want some more of that Starbuck. Go with
All right.
Battlestar Galactica. Peace out. Get fragged.
I'm sold. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's thoroughly enjoyed it. Good show. It there's only a couple things about it that have annoyed me. Some of it's kind of just stereotypical Hollywood, and you get really kind of, before he tilts over and falls, you get kind of tired of the monosyllable tough guy thing, you know. But it fits and it works well. That's a lot of fun. So other than that, not a whole heck of a lot. Crazy busy at work. I was out week before last. I was on travel, so everything that didn't get done while I was on travel had to get done this week.
I know what that's like, too.
So yeah, well, you know,
Yeah.
I had good job, good money. I'm not going to complain, but just crazy busy. Watch my grandson's baseball game. He did very well.
All right, cool.
Pretty sure I told you guys about my old 49 pickup that I picked up. So I've been looking at options for that, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. My original idea was to make a rat rod out of it,
Okay.
but it is so perfect it breaks my heart to mess the truck up. So can't do it.
All right. I don't know what a rat rod is.
Rat rod, it's like it looks like the truck's held together with baling wire. You know, it's all rusty.
I lived in West Virginia for a while. I know what you're
Wrapped
talking about
looking,
now.
but it's actually a very drivable, very well made vehicle. It just looks like complete ass. So
Fair enough.
All right, Adam, I think you had a question.
Yeah, since you were talking about movies, I'm late to the party, but I just watched Mad Max Fury Road. And
Yeah,
I
I watched
was
that.
Wait,
wondering...
before you spoil that, I have not seen it.
Okay,
Neither have I.
If you ask a spoiler question.
I was no. I was watching the movie and I was thinking about Craig and like all the ideas that were like coming to his brain about cars and like, you know, fixing them
Barbed
or
wire.
I mean, it is a phenomenal movie. That's probably one of the better action movies I've seen in a very long time. What do you think, Craig?
I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the story. But Mad Max was not the star of the show, and it irritated me.
Gotcha.
I'm
That
not going to
seems
say
to
any
be-
more than that because I want Arthur to enjoy it. But the movie's not about Mad Max.
That actually seems to be the biggest complaint I've heard from most everyone that's seen it so far, is the fact that he's not the main focus of the story.
Yeah, and he's not, and it annoyed me. Now, that aside, the movie was great, the acting was great, the other protagonist was fantastic, did a marvelous job. Really, really enjoyed it.
All right.
Does anybody know if she really has one arm or if that was a green glove?
Who
I
knows?
don't even know who you're talking
No idea. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
are you
I'm
talking
lost.
about real life? Or like,
Yeah,
are you
in
talking-
real life.
No, she's got both.
Okay, so she was wearing like a green glove or something.
Yeah, they probably
Just
did the
ties
same
over
thing
the
they
top
did
of it.
with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Clark Gregg.
Yeah.
Now that he lost his hand.
I figured
twice.
it was, but I don't know her. I don't know her about her. Don't know anything about her, and I
Yeah,
didn't know what.
Chat's confirming CGI.
Yeah.
CGI.
All right. I figured it was, but I didn't know for sure, and I knew somebody here would know. There was no doubt in my mind. So
All right.
Somebody would know.
I'm gonna fill everybody what's been going on with me since I think it's been 2 weeks since we met, right?
Yeah.
And just about the same for Craig because I didn't see him for Jade Region either.
That
Which
was
made me
actually really
sad.
bad because I missed your email last
Oh.
week. So I was actually sitting here at 5:03 going,
I mean, yeah, I
What's
send those
going on
emails
here?
out for a reason because I mean, from Pathfinder Society days, that was.
well, then
a
I checked my
disaster.
inbox. It's like, oh, that explains that. Okay, well, I'll do other stuff then.
Yeah, you want to talk about some Wild West shit? Fucking 3 years ago, the Pathfinder Society online community was a disaster, and we had to just roll up like sheriffs with guns and be like, "Everybody get in line! All of you have to send emails confirming you're going to show up from now on, because if you don't, you forget and come up 2 hours late smoking a bong, show up naked on camera,
Yep.
whatever."
I
kid you
admit to
not.
nothing.
It happened. It was weird. It was awkward.
Were you there for the dude that showed up naked on camera?
Yes.
Man,
I was
that
like,
was fucking. You know what? I see.
Wait,
The thing
what?
is, I was there for it, but I missed it because
Yeah.
I was on a different Hangouts. Like the Hangout was open, but I had it on a different monitor, and I never looked over it. And people were like, "Oh God, oh my eyes! Put some clothes on." I was like, "What's going on?"
yeah. Or that other guy was like, to prove that he was black, he cut on his camera and just see him in his boxers. And I'm like,
Oh,
that was
boy.
weird.
Yeah, people do some strange stuff.
Wow.
See, I'm a black guy.
Oh.
Put a shirt on, dude.
So for me, I've had a strange, slow week. We started a number of new RPGs, and we have more of them coming in the future. So I have a huge pile of announcements, so let me just bang them out one by one. I got Amazon Prime. I haven't watched Netflix since then. I started watching season 1 of Under the Dome, and then I woke up one morning and was like, huh, this looks like my chair in front of my computer. And that looks like I'm on episode 13 of Under the Dome in exactly one day.
Oh,
Wow. Do not let me near mystery shows. I'm like, I must know what happens. I cannot check the spoilers page. Tell me what happens. It's bad. It's bad. It's like my catnip. Yeah. Also, now that that's done with, thank God, I'm on Suits. So I never saw Suits season 3. And Suits season 4, then probably Covert Affairs season 3 and 4. We launched new shows. We've got Blades in the Dark, which you can check on our YouTube. I also run it on twitch.tv/Henley's channel. I'm the GM there. It is a new beta-tested RPG. And last night we launched Game of Thrones RPG. Or, more correctly, it's called A Song of Fire and Ice. Ice and Fire. Damn. Just nailing these announcements so far. Not making any mistakes at all. I admit to nothing. I haven't played any Dragon Age Inquisitions in almost a week, so I think I might finally be over DAI withdrawal. Should probably get back to playing it at some point.
I was gonna say, how's that? How's the shakes coming?
How's it take summer? Yeah, I'm set all up through November 2nd. Videos should continue dropping up until Halloween when I go on vacation, and then 31st through the 2nd they're gonna drop 4 a day. So it'll be like I never left. You guys will still have me for 4 hours a day. Watch me run around the Underdark getting owned by gnomes.
Speaking of games, I started playing. And the name just went away. I was fixing to say it, and it's just gone. Valiant Hearts.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
How is that? Did you like the French cabbie game?
I don't know I'm only on the second
All
second
right.
half of the
Yeah.
first book, so
No,
so
don't worry. You got
don't know any more than that.
you got shit coming up, buddy.
Yeah, I throwing a hand grenade at the guy in the embrasure, whatever it was, behind the wall. I like to have lost my mind before I figured out you could actually move the cursor up. I was killing myself trying to figure out how to get that thing to work, and I finally flipped over, watched somebody do a video, went.
That's the internet, man.
Good
Remember
game.
the day before that when they had to release strategy guides for Donkey Kong Country?
I can probably show you a shelf with a bunch of strategy guides.
99-cent an hour hotline tips from Nintendo. Yeah.
Oh, that was the worst.
Yep.
Would you like us to show you how to cheat through this portion of the game? It will only cost you $37.
I have 2 Kickstarters I'd like to pimp out here. The first is called Wrath of the Autarch. It is a board game / tabletop RPG mix-up. I have been given a alpha copy of the game while they're working on it, and it is fantastic looking so far.
Here's just some way back.
Oh, we got some way. Whoa, Dungeon Keeper.
Oh, nice.
Wow. Yeah, man.
Greg, treat that thing gently. I think it's probably worth some money now.
It's actually in outstanding condition, and it is actually surprisingly enough worth a lot of money. And I've got all the original cards and stuff that came with the game and all that.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I've got a whole shelf full of old
Craig's demand.
strategy guides. I should probably recycle at some point.
I have my original Star Wars Rebellion's Imperial ships list. It's
Wow.
worth nothing, but it's really nice to look at. As is, I'll tell you what's really good. The Civilizations 2, 3, and 4 technology tree guides that you could pull out of the guides, and they're like a huge map. Those are great. Leonard Nimoy was
I
awesome.
have those.
Yeah. Wrath of the Autarch. I also... Now, while I'd like to tell you to pick up Wrath of the Autarch, I'm demanding, viewers, that you go back Battletech on Kickstarter. Do it now. I want all of the goals for... Battletech is amazing, Mech Warrior is awesome, but more importantly, it's Mech Warrior being done by the people who did Shadowrun Returns, Dragonfall, and Hong Kong. It's gonna... Pew, 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 giant mech men attacking each other. It's it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm gonna be like, I take my Atlas and I step on your tiny, tiny mech with my much, much larger mech. Because that's how you roll.
Apparently so.
All right. I feel like I'm now through by Battletech. Do it now.
By Battletech.
By Battletech. I feel
You
like
are
I'm through
right.
introductions.
I know a friend that actually played the miniature game.
I can't even go into it right now, Dom. There are several hundred novels. Listen, you think Pathfinder with its source books is bad? There are hundreds of BattleTech novels spanning like 250 years with like a day-to-day of each campaign. Yeah,
What the hell?
there's some crazy shit going on in the BattleTech universe. They have a coherent, canonized storyline. So good. So good. Also, the games are pretty great, too. Yeah. Mech Warrior 2 Mercenaries represent.
The novels are awesome as well.
Yes, novels are great. All right.
So, Arthur, I actually just have to say, I am actually kind of nervous to be here right now over what happened during that Dungeon World one-shot.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, I'm
watched
dreading actually having to roll any dice right now.
Oh, man. That was a disaster if I've ever seen one, man.
that. Stay down.
No, you saw Game of Thrones last night. Holy fuck.
That was bad, but I think they've got to be at least roughly on par with each other. Just how...
No. They had one roll above 11. On 3d6, they had one roll above 11 out of, like, 40. The improbability of the rolls last night was... The only time they rolled well was when it was to do negatives, to take shit away from them. Blew my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Blew my
That's
mind.
awesome.
All right. Where were we last time? I think we have some stuff that we need to clear with everybody on documentation. But you had just talked to the 10 Magic Warriors on the ship Old Man Jatambe, and you had spoken with the Medio Cartel and the Aspis Consortium. You also spoke with the Medio Galte investment brokers, but they were looking for you for money, and you were like, you want what?
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's talk about things that we've covered in the email. I believe you've decided to go to Jameson's Crafts rather than pay actual money. You would like to use some plunder.
Yeah, I believe that was the case.
Yeah. I think we want to try to do it all ourselves.
Okay.
You want to be
As mentioned, to repair the fort, and this is not to make it a fancy place to live at. It's just going to be functional. And it will only be a fort. It will not be a garrison. Is 10 plunder. To repair the inner harbor that the fort covers is another 4 plunder.